Conspiracy theory alert. I don't think that's correct. I don't think our Macs are trying to make us look ugly, but it is because people are just seeing themselves more often. So you watched the Love is Blind reunion.
Yeah.
I watched it very much in the background, so not really paying attention, and I did not pick up on the one guy getting Botox.
Yeah, so it was Giannina? Gia. Whatever. The really hot bitch who is like Jamie. You guys know who you mean if you watch it. Her boyfriend was talking to Francesca Fargo and telling her about all of the plastic surgery he's gotten. And then the one that really bothered me the most was getting Botox in his armpits so that he would stop sweating.
Right.
And then Francesca was like, yes, that works. You will stop sweating out of your armpits, but you'll just start sweating out of some other place of your body.
Like the sweat's going to come out one way or another, my guy. Also, isn't sweat, you and I were talking about this because I was sweating my ass off when we started doing this recording.
Yeah.
I've calmed down a bit since. Very good for me.
Me too. It's really wet.
But sweating is good for you. It's your body's way of cooling itself down.
Yeah.
When
and
you're
getting
overheated.
out toxins.
We're not doctors.
But
I do know that sweating is a good thing that your body does.
Yeah, it's normal.
So anyway, I was reading in, I think it was Elle, that a survey conducted earlier this year found that dermatologists are seeing an increase in pandemic cosmetic consultations. And 86% of those doctors said patients referenced video conferencing as the main reason for why they wanted to get this done, which I thought was really strange.
Wait, because their Macs make them look ugly.
Conspiracy theory alert. I don't think that's correct. I don't think our Macs are trying to make us look ugly, but it is because people are just seeing themselves more often. You know what I mean? I'm interacting with you right now and there's a camera here, but I'm not really looking at it. But seeing yourself on video every day, it's like, oh, I'm aware of the lines on my forehead, or oh, I'm aware that my resting face is a bit frowny, and I don't love what I see.
Yeah.
So people are becoming more aware of what they
their
look.
imperfections, their self-perceived imperfections.
Exactly. So dermatologist Dr. Sushamita Paul says that she's noticed a trend in her own practice. She says normally in regular life, people don't see their expressions all the time, whether it's something like smiling or frowning. But in Zoom meetings, because you have that small window, you see your face and the lines are more prominent.
I only ever look at that window.
Exactly. Same. I'm such a little narcissistic, whore. I'm like, oh my God, I'm the star of the show. They're looking at me, so I'm looking at me. But spoiler, they're looking at themselves.
Yeah, everyone's looking at themselves. This is the spotlight idea where you think everyone's looking at you. Everyone is only focused on themselves.
Exactly. So another dermatologist, Dr. K. Duraraj, says that social media is also a key player in not only the reason that people want to do it, but the destigmatization around the practice. So she works in Pasadena, California, and she says the stigma surrounding plastic surgery has significantly declined in the last year. I really think social media has broken down the injectable stigma. There isn't much judgment anymore about it because people want to maintain their attractiveness. I think people can understand that you can be a woman of substance, of character, and still want to look good. And I agree with that. I think you can be a fully formed person who feels confident and secure and also still want to look better, especially if you have the disposable income to do so.
I was raised in the beauty ideal that you only use makeup, you only use things to enhance your beauty once you're past your prime, once you're in your 40s, 50s, once you start looking old.
Right. Then it's reactive as opposed to proactive.
Yeah, and
skincare or
the proactive stuff that my mom taught me was just use sunscreen. No, not even retinol.
Oh, really?
Sunscreen every fucking day. Olay.
Olay, baby.
She could have been a fucking brand ambassador affiliate, but she's like, you're never too young to start wearing sunscreen. And I was so confused because she was so obsessed with sunscreen. And it could be a Jewish mother thing.
No, my mom was also obsessed with sunscreen.
Okay. Well, your mom is also a nurse.
Yes.
And Ashkenazi Jews are way more susceptible to breast cancer than any other sort of female population. And I think my mom's just scared of whatever. So sunscreen. But I think that we share the sentiment in that if plastic surgery makes your life more beneficial, then it's worth it.
Right.
But the issue we have is doing it in order to, because you're
No, I mean, listen, like, there are certain benefits within the world that we live in to being a more attractive person.
I mean,
if you look at, I remember taking, I think it was a sociology class, maybe. I remember taking a class in college where it was like looking at the actual physical description of our presidents and like CEOs. And it was like some crazy high statistics, like some crazy high amount of them were above 6 feet tall or had some more symmetrical looking faces. And it would be irresponsible for us to not admit that like better looking people, societally approved better looking people, are treated better in our world.
People
so like
gravitate toward them.
I totally understand the desire to want to make yourself fit into the mold of what's socially acceptable. And like, I think you and I are very lucky in the sense that like, I think we're both like attractive people, you know? But that's the thing that I think bums me out about it is I do feel like people much younger, and this is kind of what we were talking about earlier, is like younger people now are more aware of how they aren't fitting into our society's idea of like what is the most beautiful. And I wish that our response was, instead of buying into that by getting injections, was to just be like, this is just what I look like and we need to see that represented, because I do think we talk about this in terms of like queer representation and, you know,
we need ugly representation.
Yeah. Like, it sounds silly, but like, yes, I want to see more people who don't look like the thing that we've decided is the correct way.